In the last movie, I talked about how images get linked to files on disk rather than getting embedded in your InDesign file. But it turns out that you actually can embed images into your InDesign files, which can be useful sometimes. For example, I'm going to zoom in on this vector image right there, and let's say I'm going to be using this logo a number of times in my document. I might want to embed it into my InDesign document if I don't want to pay attention to where it is on disk anymore. Maybe it's just one too many files that I just can't pay attention to. So I'll go to my Links panel, I'll make sure it's selected in the Links panel menu, and then I'll go to the flyout menu here and choose Embed Link. It's as simple as that. You can see I now have that little embed link icon right next to the file name. Now if I give this file to somebody else, they don't have to have that logo on disk anymore. It's inside the InDesign file. If I print it, I don't need to have it linked to a file on disk. It's embedded in the InDesign file. That really is okay. Now I'm comfortable embedding this file into InDesign because it's not that big. Look down here in the link info panel. You can see that it's only about 226K large. And that means my InDesign file is going to become 226K larger, which is hardly anything, about a quarter of a megabyte. Now, if I had a 50 megabyte Photoshop file, would I embed that? No, probably not. That would make me kind of nervous, actually. Generally, I'll go ahead and embed small files if it's a little thing like a 100K file or this few hundred K or something. But those really big Photoshop files, I'll leave those linked to my files on disk. Now, if you receive a document that has an embedded image in it, or if you open this document and you can't find it on disk and you need to make an edit to that file, maybe you need to open this in Illustrator, don't worry, you can unembed it too. Simply select it in the Links panel, go to the Links panel menu, and choose Unembed Link. When you do that, InDesign asks, do you want to link it to the original file or not? This is a very confusing dialog box in my opinion. If you have the original image on disk and you want to relink to it, click Yes. If you don't have it and you simply want to pull it out and rebuild the document on disk, go ahead and click No. InDesign then asks you where do you want to put it. For example, I'll put it up here on my desktop and I'll click Choose, and it saves it to the desktop or wherever you put it and relinks it automatically there. So once again, embedding images into InDesign can be very efficient, especially with these small images like logos, that kind of thing. But for big images, you probably want to avoid that.